For a full reading of this disclaimer, please visit the Creative Dog Training Academy's disclaimer video. Thank you. To help build success, please watch my YouTube video, Dog Training Guidelines. Thank you. Part 2. How to teach your dog to retrieve any object. Before we begin the next stage, you'll want to know how to fit your dog for the right size dumbbell. The length of the dowel should fit into his mouth comfortably without pinching the sides of his cheeks. The width of the dowel should fit right behind his canines and before his premolars. The height of the dumbbell should be high enough to where the dog can get his lower jaw underneath. The weight of the dumbbell should be appropriate for the breed. Stage 6. Now that he's readily picking up the object, the dowel, I'm switching it to a dumbbell. This will give him more guidance on what I need him to do in order to take an object, hold an object, and bring it back to me. I made this dumbbell and fitted it accordingly to his muzzle size, and the weight is perfect for the breed. So again, I will readily have a high reward treat in my hand, the clicker, and if we have to take a step back to where he just smells it, sniffs it, or anything like that, click and treat. Eventually he'll start doing the grabbing of it like he was doing with the small dowel. So here we go. Take. Good boy. Oh, dog, good boy. Take. Good boy. Take. Good boy. Good boy. Mwah. Good boy. Stage 7. How to introduce your dog to holding an object. Yes. So now that he's mouthing the dumbbell, I'm going to not say anything, because at this point I want to teach him the hold. Now I want him to realize that I want him to just do more than just put the dowel in his mouth and drop it out. That I actually want him to bring his lower jaw up and start forming the hold. Sit. Now I'm going to approach him with the dumbbell, but I'm not going to say anything. He should at this point willingly open his mouth, and then I'll wait for him to kind of make a grab action, and then I'll click and treat. Yes! There I gave a little bit more excitement and a click and treat because he actually brought his lower jaw up and started to clamp down on the dowel. Good boy. Okay, ganz gut. Mwah. Stage 8. Now that he's taking the object and holding it, I'll be adding the cue word. Vegas and I have been working in this stage for about 2 weeks, doing about a minute work in the morning, a minute work in the afternoon. Because he's predictable about 85 to 90% of the time, I'm ready to add the hold cue. And this is how I do that. Okay, let's get started. Ready? Good boy. Good boy, Vegas. Hold. 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 Good boy. Hold. Good boy. Ganz gut. Stage 9. I will now be proofing the hold. I do this by adding 2 cue words together. Ready? Wait. Nice take. Hold. Good boy. I want you to notice when he takes the dumbbell, he does a dance. This was accidentally taught and will be extinguished later. Wait. Biggest take. Hold. Biggest take. Hold. I will now show you how I will begin to extinguish a behavior that was accidentally taught. Take. Hold. Take. No. Take. Hold. Take. Hold. Ready? Face take. Hold. Ganz gut. Mwah. Before proceeding to the final stage, I will continue proofing the take and hold by using the 3Ds. Hold. Good boy. Take. Hold. Good boy. Good boy. Face take. Hold. Hold. Good boy. Did you notice I gave the cue word hold twice? Why? Because of the distraction, I needed to give another hold cue to keep him on task. So before proceeding to the next step, you'll want to practice with other objects. So, Vase and I have been doing the take and hold now for several weeks. He's now at the point to where we're going to offer some really good treats for this because he's going to be picking and holding up the dumbbell, but I'm going to introduce him to another object to make sure he's ready to proceed to the next step. At this point, he should be willing to pick up any object, take it. When you say hold, he should hold it in his mouth. He may bring it all the way to you or just part way until he hears that click and treat. What we're trying to do here is to establish the hold. He holds until he hears the click. So I'm going to do a warm-up exercise first with the dumbbell.
few of the treats ready in my hand. Face take. Hold. Good boy. Now I'm going to throw the new object. If I did everything correctly with training, from his point of view, he should have no problem picking this up and holding it in his mouth. Ready, Vegas? Take. Hold. Good boy. See how happy he is? Ready? Take. Hold. Good boy. Oh, look at the object, how he chases after it even. He used to not do this. Ready? They stick. Hold. Good boy. Ganz gut. Ganz gut.
Make sure you continue success by making learning fun and interactive through games.